Upland has finished the launch of North LA, which completes the full release of Los Angeles, both North, South, and Inglewood. All we have to wait for next are the collections, which come out later this week, and it's all done. So with Los Angeles basically behind us, what's next? Hey there, John Henry here, SSFTG. I hope this video finds you Scrooge McDucking your way through your stacks of profit. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome my friend. I hope to earn your like and subscription. Before we jump in, I thought it would be really fun to have you all drop in your #1 favorite street view from some of the properties that you were able to grab during the Los Angeles Mint. They can be funny, amazing, incredible buildings, a sick view, awesome art, anything you think deserves a shout out in the next video, I would love to bring to show and tell for us. I'll kick things off on the next video that I record after I get some screenshots put together from you guys that will just kind of cover them and do a little bit of a show and tell of some of the highlights. One of my personal favorites of one that I was able to grab is the comic book shop. I really think it's cool that you can see in the comic book shop and you can see that it looks like they were playing some kind of card game. I was going to say Yu-Gi-Oh or something, but I don't know what that mat is. I don't know, some game, but it's just really cool because these are the types of places that I used to hang out when I was a kid. Not to sound like a massive nerd or anything, but it was a really, really cool pickup to grab this one. And then, of course, the other one, which I already had kind of highlighted in some of the other videos, but it's my IHOP that's a trophy shop. And the only way to actually have the full building, if you want to actually own both of them, to own this really awesome beachfront property, is to purchase this property next door. Because if you don't purchase this one, you don't get that awesome beachfront property in the back, because that's what this one is. Another one of my all-time favorites for sure. So make sure to drop some of your favorites from some of the ones that you were able to mint in the comments below. I'd love to check some of them out. All right, so with the fun stuff aside here, really with LA behind us now and all that's left is collection reveal, that kind of begs the question, we've been seeing this ripple across the community. What's next for Upland? There aren't any announcement on the horizon at the moment as far as like on their news feed, but we can certainly check out a few different resources like the roadmap or just the website to get an idea of what may be coming around the bend. One really cool thing that they just announced, and this was on their last video announcement that they had on February 4th, is the fact that they're partnering with Twitch.tv, and so, not partnering with Twitch TV themselves, but some of the streamers on Twitch. And that's awesome. That means that it's gaining even more of an audience. More people will stumble across it, more people will see it, more people being driven into the community. And it's, you know, something that is a big thing, especially with play-to-earn gaming becoming more of a thing. Having more eyes in that kind of community could be huge in and of itself. And then, of course, we can't forget that right on the main page here, we have the NFLPA legits, right? We know that they've been working with them, but along with that, under the About Us area, we have soccer and music. Now, that's definitely something interesting, especially considering that it's right on the main page, because not only are they working with the NFLPA and getting those legits and all of that cool stuff going, but it also seems like there may be some other deals that may be coming around the river bend too. Now, jumping over to the Upland roadmap, of course, that's upland.me/roadmap to see what's going on over here. There's a lot of really cool stuff. Obviously, there are a few that we already knew, like the property collections being updated, all of that fun stuff. That's in progress at the moment for Q4 of 2021, Q1 2021, you know, somewhere around there, you know, in that area. But looking a little bit further forward, obviously one big thing that everybody's going to be watching is the Block Explorer shops, which they're still working on, and we've already seen some of those different shops and MetaVentures and all of that come out, and they've seemed to be working pretty well because that gives us the next one, which is the USD sales for MetaVentures. How awesome is that? Not only can you become, a seller of different legits and block explorers and all these different things when we can sell legits later on, you can also do it for USD and all that. I mean, that's absolutely crazy. That's really, really cool to look forward to in terms of shop ownership and all of that. Going a little bit further down the list of the MetaVentures section, we've got the NFT Galleries, which are becoming in progress. That'll be really cool. All of those different NFTs that you can display on your walls and all of that fun stuff, like we've been talking about, is probably going to happen. It's happening. Outdoor decor shops for your houses is something that's pending, but could be really cool, especially with things like Valentine's and, all these different holidays that are coming up and throughout the year that you can decorate your houses or your buildings based off of those. It'd be really, really cool. And one that I'm really kind of interested in what this is all about is the Structure Blueprint Shop. I'm wondering if some form of, within this blueprint shop, if there's some form of like architecture or building where if you are a designer of NFTs that you want to build blueprints to sell to other people as far as building and all of that, maybe that's what this is talking about. Just speculation, of course, but it is something of definitive interest where you've got these different structure blueprint shops and all that. Ornament shops are obviously doing a lot with shops. Huge stuff going on. Of course, in more of the community aspect, they're also working on cafes and connecting players to brand partners through UGCs and all of that fun stuff. Now, if legits are more your thing, I'm going to be 100% honest. They're not really a big thing for me. Maybe they should be. I don't even know if the ones I have are any good. I just know that the rarity on some of them is pretty good and the rest aren't. I don't know. As far as the NFLPA legits are concerned, though, they've got a lot going on and those are all complete. But as we go in for the legits roadmap for Q4, the NFLPA Essentials primary market will be coming out, and likely that will also piggyback off of the different shops that they're working on the MetaVenture side of things. Legit collections. Now, that's something that is very interesting for folks who are looking for things like autographs and replicas. They've got those on the list as well. Having collections for legits, because there are certain groups of people who only play for the legits. They're huge, diehard fans of NFL or whatever their thing is. And that's all they show up to the party for in Upland. And having collections around those could be incredible. That's a whole other section of the game. Because now you're talking not only legit collections, but project this a little bit forward. When vehicles come out, vehicle collections, right? I mean, think forward. This could go crazy. One thing that we always love seeing on here, of course, is the ongoing new partnerships. New partnerships means more business in the doors, and more business in the doors is always a good thing for a growing company, right? Now, of course, we were just kind of talking about this a little bit, but scooting over the NFT portals, I really don't mess with those a whole lot, so I'm going to stay out of those. I admittedly ignorant on the NFT portal side of things. Now, from cars, the cars perspective, we were just kind of talking about this a little bit, and it's very interesting to see meta car designs, which might also couple with some of the blueprint things that we were talking about before. Car NFTs, which are in progress, as well as meta car manufacturing, cars as transportation, passengers and cargo, and racing. How cool is that, right? There's going to be so many different things that we can do with this. Now, I was also thinking along the lines of how fueling and all of that is going to happen for vehicles. They did talk about this a little bit in that fueling up your vehicle will likely require spark, sort of like an electric car. You'll charge your vehicle up with spark and then you'll expend that charge over certain periods of distances, right? And my thought process is, what happens if you're not all the way there and you can't, and you run out of spark? Is it like the trains and airplanes where you click it and you just go and there's nothing else you can do about it? That would mean that if you don't have enough spark, then obviously you can't make that distance. But assumably, we are going to be able to drive our own vehicles at our own pace. So what happens if you run out of spark in the middle of the road? Are tow shops going to be useful? Are auto body shops going to be a consideration? As far as racing is concerned, are tuner shops going to be something? Little bits and pieces, new microchips for your car, new engine mounts and mods and all of these different things. There's so many different facets to this. It's incredibly interesting. So all of this tells us that Los Angeles may be behind us, but it seems like the fun is just getting started. It's just on the ground floor, working its way up. I'm super incredibly excited for the future of Upland, and I'm obviously a fan, if you couldn't tell. If you're looking for a way to join into the Upland metaverse with us, make sure to use the referral link in the description. It gets you in Upland with some starter UPIX, and if you decide to invest some cash into the game too, you get a massive 50% bonus on your first UPIX purchase with a reward limit of 50,000 UPIX. This is absolutely insane, and you do not want to miss out on easy UPIX by not using a link. Have an amazing time out there in the metaverse, and don't forget to drop those awesome street views in the comments section. I'd love to check them out. And if you have any questions, topics for new videos, comments, or anything else, drop those down there too. I always love hearing from you all. Until the next one, though, I hope your ventures in the meta, however that's supposed to come out, works out incredibly well and in your favor. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.